it's hard, and that's why I try to make sure I do what I can do without getting taken advantage of, because that could happen too. People could take my kindness for weakness because they know how much I care, and they know how much my heart is. I mean, how big my heart is, and I overextend sometimes with the homies. So
is there such thing as overextending with the homies?
Yeah, when it's not getting used for good reason, you know what I'm saying? When they misuse it and they take it for granted, or you know what I'm saying? Because I never do nothing where I want something in return.
Right.
But if it just feel like it's not genuine and they just like really don't fuck with me, but they just want to use me for my situation, because it's niggas in my neighborhood that don't like me, I know for a fact, but I still help them just because I'm like, I don't want this nigga even say nothing, like even have a reason to say something. I just did a No Jumper interview, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I listed a list of rappers, forgot to say one of the homies. Instagram post about me immediately, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? But then that's when I'm starting to realize I can't please everybody, you know what I'm saying?
So what keeps you in the mindset of, all right, I can't please everybody, but I'll still put my best foot forward, instead of I can't please everybody, so I'm not doing nothing?
Because I'm not gonna let nobody make me think that love ain't the right way. Even though I didn't been let down by so many people, I still believe in love, and like I'm not gonna let nobody just change my whole moral compass because they did me scandalous. I'm just gonna read this situation for what it is, and I'm gonna move forward. He's not gonna chase me out my neighborhood. We're gonna go our separate ways, or you gonna say something, we're gonna fight or whatever. It's gonna be what it is, but I'm not gonna change who I am for nobody.
What's going on? It's the man that puts the jux in juxtaposition, Mouse Jones, and we are back with another episode of With Mouse Jones. Today, with Mouse Jones, I got my man Boogie, Westside Boogie to be exact.
Ratchet Bug. How you doing,
That's
man?
what we doing today,
yeah,
Ratchet Bug.
Black Forces mean Ratchet Bug is activated. But shout out to Westside Bug too, because that's my rap name. But
that's dangerous, Bug.
No, it is
This
dangerous.
is dangerous activity.
You see, I don't have no sense of what the climate is outside. You see what he got on compared to what
listen, the whole squad pulled up a sweatshirt. So I said, everybody got it on them.
That's what it looked like. Everybody got it.
I said, everybody got it on them today.
That's definitely what it looked like. That's
What's going on though? You about to drop? You about to drop?
About to drop my second album.
How'd that feel?
Feel great. I was telling Justice, just trying not to get overwhelmed. Well, my manager, Justice, for those that don't know.
They know Justice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. He's an artist, basically. But fucking, it's just different times. I ain't dropped in a couple of years, so it's like I opened the floodgates to the world again because I've been so closed off. So just getting back used to that. I'm super excited, super grateful to even be in this position. I done seen so many rappers come and go.
Right.
So
it's been about 5 years.
3, that's funny. But same thing for real. Feel like 5. I ain't dropped in 3 years, and it kind of worked out for me in a sense because I'm still here, and I'm real careful about the stuff I do put out. So
I think that's the most interesting part to me, right? Becoming a fan on the last project and being like, he ain't dropped nothing, but he's been active. Like it's not like you were like a recluse. It's not like you just went away.
No, because at that point I'm gonna be feeling like I take my fans for granted, and I don't never want it to feel like that because I'm super grateful for them. So the freestyles was a thing, and I give my all in every verse I do. So I tried to make sure I stay active with that. Get on the internet. I already know I could just rap at any given moment and out rap people. So I just do that when I want to have
Glad
fun.
You went there.
Yeah.
Who are you better than?
Who am I not? Who am I not better than? I'm better than everybody. I really don't think it's somebody that I feel like, oh, he rap better than me, I need to work harder. It's like I see moments with other rappers. I be like, I could take something from that, or he look amazing. He doing amazing. I know how to recognize greatness, but it's like I truly do believe I'm the best rapper in the world, for real. Not even like, Danye. Anyways, my bad. Shout out to Danye Taylor.
It's all good. No, because especially today, where everybody's friend. Like this game is like, right now the industry is just like the NBA. It's like you don't know where the competitive edge lies anymore because everybody's a friend and everybody's politically connected. Nobody wants to offend anybody, where I'm the complete opposite.
No, exactly.
All my friends know, like, yeah, we friends, but when these microphones cut on and when it's time to go out on stage,
it's kind of just a reflection of the times, I mean, we in like the Hill generation, so that message of like, oh, let's be buddy, it's kind of trickling down into rap. But I come from like Lil Wayne era, where it's like, I'm cool with you, but when we get on the song, let's try to kill each other. And I think that competitive, it's like it's getting lost kind of in the rap world, and especially they don't want women to do it now either because they put women in the box to where it can only be one woman rapping at a time. So it's kind of really not efficient.
Or at least one type of woman.
Exactly. Right. So it's really not efficient for women to be in that bag. But when it comes to us, we got the luxury of like having multiple spots, like and being competitive. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, even now, right? Like kind of like to what you said, or we both said, like where that space is like kind of shrinking or becoming niche, right? Like that's what I'll say. It's becoming more niche, where it's like we can have this competitive nature and try and kill each other on record and still have nothing but love for each other, but on a broader scale, it kind of seems like when you do that, it kind of gets you shunned. It kind of gets you shunned because like I said, everybody wants to be friends. Everybody wants to be at the parties. Everybody wants to be cool. So how do you navigate that on a broader scale? Like we know from a niche level, like you collab with like-minded people and people who embrace that. Yeah. But like on the broader scale, trying to, Westside Boogie to the world. Yeah. How do you?
So even to go back, I'm not even sure the era I come from might be the right era, because I've seen rappers get killed. And I've seen rappers take stuff from verses and then go farther in the street. So, finding a balance, even just to touch back on that. But also, in a game where relationships matter the most right now, I'm pretty sure I'm like counterproductive in that sense, just because like I don't know how to fake relationships. I'm a human at the end of the day. I know I'm a rapper, but I also got a 12-year-old who make me feel like I'm not a rapper every day. So I don't even know how to make my head.
It's very hard to be cool in front of our kids.
You feel me? So I'm still a human. So I just like energy. If it's like-minded energy, then I can hang with them. But it's hard to force stuff. And a lot of rappers, unfortunately, a lot of them I come across, they trying to fit into a character. So I'm not really seeing their true energy, which make me not want to hang with them. So there's lack of relationships for Boogie. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that makes it easier for you to be able to create because you don't have to worry about maintaining those relationships? Or do you?
But also could be doing myself a disservice, because I've been against collaborating so many times, and then it's been people I end up collaborating with, and something great happens out of it, and that's when you got to remove your ego.
Who's somebody?
Smino, you know what I'm saying? Like,
really?
Like just getting
that felt so natural.
No, it was like after, but just like that first time hanging with him, it just like, oh, this another rapper. I'm like, my girl was a fan of him at the time, you know what I'm saying? So it's already like, nah, hell no, fuck him until it's not fucking, but now it's my brother, you know what I'm saying? So in the sense that shit worked out. And like every artist, I'm like hesitant of working with any artist just because I feel like it's gonna always feel forced. So. But yeah, like Shelly, it worked out. That's like my brother. Yeah, and it works out a lot. So
that's so funny you're saying this, because these are all collaborations I love, for one, but two, like seemed so natural for me because I'm like fans of all three. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, Boogie and Westside Boogie and fucking Shelly, that makes sense. Westside Boogie and Smino, that makes sense. But now hearing it on the other side is super. It's super interesting. It's like,
because Shelly, when he first came in the studio, he just gonna sing over everything, and it's initially irritating, but you just come to realize that's his energy. Yeah. He just want to be all over the place.
And niggas that can sing, they always
exactly.
Want to sing.
Nigga like, boy, he just over every beat that come on. Like, boy, sit down somewhere. So that's
he had a dog with him.
Exactly. No, he didn't have a dog. He be keeping the dog at home now. But working with niggas is fun when it works out.
Right.
It's been moments where it hasn't really worked out and it felt forced. So
So with the second album, with so much time that's passed in between projects, you're not recording, right? Like you're still recording music. So what is that like, recording music for the past 3 years, not releasing it, and then going into like, all right, all this has to come out now?
It's tough. It's peaks and valleys, because it's like in these 3 years, I'm sure I've had moments where I'm like, I'm ready to release, but I gotta really truly believe I'm ready for the world to receive it, because it's my art. I'm so sensitive about it. All of it's coming from a real place. I draw from real emotions, which also why it takes so long sometimes. So yeah, I think I'm finally, like, therapy helped me finally being able to be confident to release. If I didn't have therapy, like, I probably still wouldn't be ready to release.
How does the Super Blood have a therapist?
Super Blood is just all of my sides combined. I think the name is kind of misleading, that it just mean like he the super toughest, the super tough nigga in the world. But it's really just me embracing all the sides of Boogie: my emotional side, my ratchet side, the rapper side, the dad side, which forms Super Blood Boog, which, you know what I'm saying, which stems from therapy, me being able to address those sides. And I didn't feel the results of therapy till probably a year later. It still feel like school sometimes, so I don't ever want to like be misleading about how therapy is. I just skipped it last week because I didn't even want to do when I didn't want to do it. But it's necessary just because the unbiased opinion, and then helping me see unaddressed trauma that I had, and it helping with conflict resolution. I come from a space where, as men, we supposed to fight to talk problems through, and I'm fortunate to have won my fights with my friends when that has happened, but I can just imagine how they feel. Like I lost to my friend. It's probably weird to come around somebody like that. You know what I'm saying?
You saying you beat all your friends' ass?
I didn't fight a lot of my friends, but you know what I'm saying? The two I did have, I won. One of them got broke up fast, so I got the upper hand. I socked him, and then the homies broke it up. So I didn't really win, but I know he pissed. You know what I'm saying? And I know like
you worried about to get back.
Yeah, nah, but I just know like our egos is so fragile. So trying to just be ready for that. I don't know how I got to this point when we're talking about me releasing music, but all that.
No,
to say,
but that's first of all, that's what Mouth Jones is about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many other platforms you're gonna have to go to and do these interviews and talk about the music. I wanted this, like, even like I was telling you, man, it's like these are the people on this platform that I'm interested in. These are people I find interesting. So it's like even the fact that you made that parallel where it's like the ego, the male ego is so fragile. To be somebody who knows that and have to maneuver those relationships, what is that like? Do you feel like you're elevated?
I hate sometimes that I'm aware of stuff because like it was so easy to be ignorant to stuff because like when you're aware, you got to take accountability. You see it in the moment and you got to like move different, and it's hard because like I'm still from a gang. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't glorify it, but I'm from where I'm from. So even going over there and maneuvering a certain way, feeling like, oh, I got to be tough over here, but I know that's not really how I am. It's like that get tough. Then I get around my kid, and I got to hide other sides. So I'm already maneuvering like that in the world. So when it comes to the rap,
what are certain sides you're hiding from your son? Because you're raising a 12-year-old. Yeah, you raising a 12-year-old boy in 2022. So
let me tell you, I thought I've been saying I had this formula. For one, I didn't have my dad wasn't in my life. I know that's everybody's story, but all my stuff is freestyling. I'm just freestyling. So the first couple of years, I thought that my vibe was to hide everything from him and just raise him right. He not gonna see none of it, but it's dumb of me because the world gonna find him regardless. So I went through his phone. I say 3 years ago at basketball practice, and he's saying "cuh," like playing around with gang banging. You know what I'm saying? And for one, I'm already mad because I'm a blood. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say.
but I'm really hot that my kid chose to go choose out to play with gang banging, and it's like. I don't get
on the wrong side.
Yeah, on top of that, no, fuck the sides, for real. Any gang, this shit tripped me out and it broke my heart. But I think about how I didn't have no like guidance, and I did the same thing.
Because you hid it from me.
And I hid it from him, and I didn't prepare him. Instead of preparing him, having him conversations, telling him I only did this because I was trying to be a follower, scared to be myself. Felt like I needed protection. Now I'm stuck in this system. I love this neighborhood, but I essentially signed up for some shit I'm not really about. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. It's tough. And sometimes I overcompensate. And, raising a boy, I feel like I got to do everything my daddy didn't do times 10. And sometimes I'm probably overstepping. I went to his basketball game. For one, I live vicariously through him basketball-wise. So, like, he been playing basketball forever. But, like, a couple weeks ago, I went to his game. And I was late. And his teammates were like, oh, he said he was happy he wasn't here. And I was like, damn, that shit destroyed me. And I was like, that's because I'm up here yelling, and instead of being his dad, being a supporter, I'm sitting here doing too much. Yeah. So I'm like, let me check myself and sit back. And, it's hard. Still, every day I'm learning something new about myself through him.
I feel like that would be the weird part, right? Like, I've never been in therapy. I'm actually good on it for myself. But if people need therapy, I'm always like, go to therapy.
Nah, some people got different forms of it. And I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Your form of therapy could be to your friends.
This is it, right?
Yeah, you feel me?
Having these conversations, discussing, for me, that's it, right? If I'm stressed, that's it. Or I'm going to go work out, or something, get a tattoo, something.
Exactly.
But to me, it's just, I don't want to talk to no strangers about nothing going on. And I barely want to talk to people I know.
And I think if my therapist wasn't a black woman from L.A. who literally understand the ins and outs of like, my manager is from Atlanta. The balances of that, being from where I'm from, she understands it, and I could talk to her about it. So, yeah, it kind of made more sense. But yeah, you definitely can't just talk. I can't just talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. It's like going back to the initial, question or observation. It's like knowing. It's the responsibility of knowing better. Sucks.
Sucks.
Because it's like I can't even play around the scene.
Can't even
you know what
play.
I mean? Like when I started, there were just certain points in my life where I was like, oh nah, that's not cool. Like, doing this and making these people feel this way, that shit not cool.
Even with me with girls now, I used to love doing girl scandalous. I'm sorry, but it's like, it's a thing in our culture. It's like, you know what I'm saying? How many bitches we could get. And now it's like, I be feeling bad when for one, it's hard to talk to multiple girls at one time now. I don't know if I'm watching now because I'm older. There's
not enough time in the day.
Yeah, and then it don't feel as good to like string people along, and it's like I'm kind of aware of it now, and it sucks because I just want to be like, fuck bitches, get money. What Lil Wayne told me, but now it's I love you, girl. That's what it been turned to.
What do you do? What do you do for fun?
Coach my kid basketball team. I gotta find another hobby. Is what I'm saying.
Because he's about to quit.
And yeah, exactly. That I go to his basketball games and. I've been just in recording every day for 3 years straight to where I don't know nothing else right now. I don't even know what fun is for me right now. I know I like playing basketball, but I got hurt and I ain't hooped in a minute. So I got to find another.
You was nice?
Oh, I'm nice. I'm like one of them ones. I
never heard nobody say nice. So that's what's making me think like.
Y'all terminology different. I don't know.
Nah, like niggas ain't never doubled that. Like you from Atlanta. Like when a nigga say he nice or something, he says nice. Yeah, that's crazy. Double nice is crazy.
It is double nice is crazy.
Double nice makes me think you might be trash.
Double nice is crazy. For one, as of right now,
can we play like? Cause now I want to test out the nice.
I wanted to say something though. That was gonna lead to my next statement. I was about to say as of right now, today, I'm probably washed. I'm saying my potential.
I was gonna stop.
I'm trying to say my potential if I work out for a couple weeks and when I was actually hooping, because I hoop.
Can we put this to the test?
I hooped. We can really hoop. You know what I'm saying? Justice, don't play like I don't hoop.
No,
bro.
you said don't look for the.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's Whitney. I want
somebody to confirm. Like,
me and you gonna confirm. What,
Karen? No.
How many weeks you need?
Hooping, I really need like a week and a half.
You need a week and a half.
A week and a half.
So where you gonna be in a week and a half? I'm gonna go to.
You're not gonna come to LA to hoop, and you're not gonna do that to yourself. I promise
to me,
you.
Boy.
You're not gonna do that.
Are we gonna be in a safe neighborhood?
Yeah, I don't go to those neighborhoods no more.
Listen, where's my camera? Fucking Butter.
We going to Hollywood.
Butter, you piece of shit. My homeboy Butter, right? Mm-hmm. Nigga, he a runner out there. So when I was out there a couple weeks ago. I'm like, yo, I need you to route me a run. I run 7 miles. I need you to route me a run. He like, all right, cool. He has me deep in crypt territory. I said, boy.
Nah, and that shit, even me being from there, I still slip up just because the cities is so different. I'm from Compton, and my assistant, I had to hurry up and move to a new crib. So she hurried up and moved me to this spot she thought was Culver City because it's like a gentrified neighborhood. Yeah. I'm in the middle of this crib neighborhood. I'll go to YouTube to watch gang member videos randomly every day. I see my apartment and these niggas in front of my apartment. I'm like, oh, I can't even come outside. This is literally right now. And I'm not even going to say the hood because they ain't going to try to find me. But
oh, man.
I got to move. Shout out to Lena for moving me into this crib neighborhood.
Yeah, so Butter and Lena, fuck y'all. Okay, that's some bullshit. The reason I asked what you do for fun is because work, is it still fun?
It is fun. It is still fun. It is when something good can come out of it. It's not, which is not every day. It's fun that I don't gotta clock and do what I used to do at Samsung when I compare it to that. But yeah, it's still days. I'm tough. I'm hard on myself. It's like the whole day I kind of feel borderline depressed because nothing got done. I feel like I'm being lazy even though I'm sitting there beating my brain. And that's when I realized I could work every day, but that don't mean I'm really working efficiently. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm doing the same thing every day, I'm just insane, like they say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I need to get better at removing myself from the situation when I'm overworking and, going to draw from other places, going to do something else. So anybody got suggestions? You know what I'm saying? I'm open. I've been trying to meditate. It's hard to turn my brain off.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to figure out how people do it. They tell me cold showers is a thing.
Knock it down, but just be cold.
Yeah, exactly. But all these things people recommend to me, so I'm just open. Pause, but
that was crazy. Now when you signed with LVRN to manage you, that was an interesting move because they typically have a lot of R&B acts.
Yeah, I came and shook that shit up.
He says you're R&B.
If he didn't stop me, I probably would try to do that every song. But yeah, and it kind of fit. Like
I actually want to talk about that.
Yeah.
So Justice had to stop you from doing too much singing.
Not singing, just sad raps, too much singing, anything while repetitive, like too much instead of like.
Because I feel like,
trying to
and
push
this is me, and
myself.
I was just telling him a little earlier. And matter of fact, the day we talked about this, I was like, Live 95 is my favorite Boogie song. I feel like that is peak for me. Mm-hmm. That is peak you.
That is for me too.
It's like the rapping, the singing, the being able to articulate the emotion.
Yeah.
I was like that, and I'm like, I've always said it since it came out. I was like, I wish it was longer. Like I wish that song was longer.
And that's the gift and the curse to that, because I'll do that every time. I'll make that song every time if they let me. And
I would be fine. I would be so fine with that. Like, I'd probably be the only Boogie fan, but I would be fine
a lot of people,
that.
and it's a lot of people in the world that'll do that too. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, that's where I get grateful for him, because he pushed me like, bro, you can't just think about them only. It's like a big world out here. Let's try to tap into new bags and, you know.
So what is it like being, I mean, obviously you're signed to Shady, you're managed by LVR, but what is it like being around the R&B artists of the time right now? Like,
I'm super grateful. Summer's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's been my nigga. Black is amazing. Like it's crazy to be around niggas I actually listen to. Yeah. If they wasn't like on the roster with me, so that shit is dope as hell. I could learn so much from all of them.
Are you enjoying the newness of festival season?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm ready to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, and I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad. I'm kind of grateful I didn't drop during like, you know, while the world was still stopped, because I wouldn't have been able to come outside with it. So now I'm back outside. I get to be a little thought baby at the festivals.
Wait, come on. Now you're confusing me. I know what's going on here.
Contradicting myself.
But that's the best part, living in a contradiction.
Backslides. Backslides.
No, but before we move further, I don't want to forget that I'm coming to LA in a week and a half.
Nobody playing, bro. I'm gonna make sure they hit you. And
I don't want nobody at cool.
You need to be in the gym, or you can play outside.
I can play. It don't matter.
Okay, I just thought I didn't know.
These legs work. No injuries.
I didn't know, man.
These legs still jump.
I'm telling you, I play like a big man, like big though. Like I could go guard work, but I don't know if you're big enough to play me. Pause. It's all these words. Words sound crazy now, but
you know, let's just move out. Let's set it up. That's the last we're gonna talk about. I don't want to say that. That was crazy. What's your favorite song on the new project?
The last one I just did a song the day before I had to turn it in, like last week. Yeah, I just did a song last week. So LOL SMH Part 2 right now. But for real, Nonchalant. I love Nonchalant just because that shit slap.
Now, I don't know if I'm giving too much away, but I seen Soulja Boy is on the album.
He the first rapper to ever be on my album.
Are you trolling?
What you mean?
Like, with Soulja Boy being like,
nah, it was one of them songs. That's so funny. It was one of also he be doing stuff in the meeting. I'd be like, why would he do this?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, nah.
So like, were you like?
Nah, it was the energy of that song. Genuinely gave me, I have to get Soulja Boy on this, and it was just how I felt. I texted him like, yo, I think Soulja Boy would sound tight on this. I don't know why my brain went there, but I didn't even think it was gonna happen. And then my boy made it happen. Then I got the verse.
That's correct. Because when I see that, like,
no, my fans, a lot of people mad at me too, though.
They're mad?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they only want me to have, they box me into conscious raps. They only want me to have a backpack and go rap about that.
Now, that's funny you said that, because having to take the book bag off at times.
I never had the book bag on. That's what's crazy. I just rap. I could rap with them, but it's never been my bag. I don't listen to them niggas. I mean, shout out to them, they rap good, but I don't listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never had no backpack on unless the homies had a gun in it or something like that.
All right, this is told you. Look, zoom in on these
Black Forces. Fuck them backpacks.
I do want. I mean, as much as we can, obviously, right? You talked about that you said, and I hear this from a few people, myself included. Sometimes you don't glorify gangbanging, but it's a part of you.
Yeah.
So how do you live with the part of you that you can't quote unquote glorify?
I deal with survivor's guilt every day for one. So yeah, I went over there when I was in 8th grade, trying to be a follower. Fast forward, I love these dudes over there. It's a couple people you're not gonna get along with in your neighborhoods here and there. I met my OG homie G Weeder. I told you I didn't have my father, and I hate like to say he replaced it, but he was an older figure I could look up to and get guided from somebody that experienced the world already, and somebody I could see myself in that went through stuff I probably went through. So yeah, fast forward, Weeder in jail now. I made it out of my neighborhood, and I deal with the guilt of it every day, because in a world where they do glorify gangbanging, sometimes I feel like I'm reaping the benefits in my neighborhood. Like, oh, he a blood, he look cooler now to girls, to younger dudes, like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel guilty about that because like they gotta actually deal with this every day. I could escape, go home to my nice crib, even though I'm in this crib neighborhood, but I'm inside of my house and you know, they dealing with niggas every day and probably dealing with more resentment because I made it out. So I'm probably putting more pressure on them over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, and that's why I try to make sure I do what I can do without getting taken advantage of, because that can happen too. People could take my kindness for weakness because they know how much I care and they know how much my heart is. I mean, how big my heart is, and you know, I overextend sometimes with the homies. So
is there such thing as overextending with the homies?
Yeah, when you getting took, when it's not getting used for good reason, you know what I'm saying? When they misuse it and they take it for granted, or you know what I'm saying? Because I never do nothing where I want something in return.
Right.
But if it just feel like it's not genuine and they just like really don't fuck with me, but they just want to use me for my situation, because it's niggas in my neighborhood that don't like me, I know for a fact, but I still help them just because I'm like, I don't want this nigga even say nothing, like even have a reason to say something. I just did a No Jumper interview, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I listed a list of rappers, forgot to say one of the homies. Instagram post about me immediately, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? But then that's when I'm starting to realize I can't please everybody, you know what I'm saying?
So what keeps you in the mindset of, all right, I can't please everybody, but I'll still put my best foot forward, instead of I can't please everybody, so I'm not doing nothing?
Because I'm not gonna let nobody make me think that love ain't the right way. Even though I didn't been let down by so many people, I still believe in love, and like I'm not gonna let nobody just change my whole moral compass because they did me scandalous. I'm just gonna read this situation for what it is, and I'm gonna move forward. He's not gonna chase me out my neighborhood. We're gonna go our separate ways, or you gonna say something, we're gonna fight or whatever. It's gonna be what it is. But I'm not gonna change who I am for nobody.
I guess I don't know, right? Like, because I hear that and I feel the exact same way, where I'm not going to let anybody change what I want to do. Mm-hmm. But if it's going to be more of a headache to me,
facts,
doing something for you that you're not going to appreciate already, I'd much rather remove myself.
And I get it. It's two sides to this situation, and I know neither side is really wrong. It's really what side I choose. And yeah, a lot of times it's like I'm just going to cut everybody off and they could deal with it later, because I tried. I know where my heart was at. But for some reason, you know, my heart always pulled me back over here. And I'm not necessarily saying the way I'm doing it is going to be my long haul way, because, you know what I'm saying? It might have to change, because Snoop say stuff like, once that separation keep growing and growing, it's just like you look crazy to just keep coming back down here. You know what I'm saying? So they supposed to come up with you. So if they not elevating with me while I keep pulling them up, then it's just like, I don't know what to do at this point.
So, that's crazy.
That's tough.
That's crazy. All right, let's get into a little lighter stuff.
Yeah, I got heavy. That
got heavy for me. Where you gotta recharge, where you gotta, you know, you give out so much. There's so much emotion in music. When you gotta, how do you refill? How do you put that back in you?
You'll see my baby. That's really all I got. Even though he drained me, seeing him is enough, because it's just like I remember when I was performing at festivals last year. Right before I go on stage, I just picture him in my head like, Darius, and then like my nerves will go away. It sounds so crazy, but
no, I get it.
I do it. That's like my cheat code. Having a kid is a cheat code, because it's like I could draw from that every time, because I never felt unconditional love. I love the shit out of my mama, right? But if a nigga finna bust at us, like if we gonna, so, I ain't gonna lie.
You think she'll get out the way?
Nah, she should take it for me. I ain't gonna lie. She older. I love you, mama, but like she's supposed to take it, and I'm supposed to take it for my baby.
Okay,
like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I love the shit out of my mama, but the love I feel for my baby.
Hold on, so let me paint this picture, because I'm a visual learner.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's going down. Y'all get ran down on. They blowing.
See, nah.
I want to say, you look at your mother and you like, Ma, what are you doing? You're back here with me.
No, I'm just saying, if it's like, say it's a gunman and he got both of us in the room, he like, one of y'all gotta go right now.
You're looking at your mother and me like, Ma, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
You been here.
She got like 10, 20 left. Like, I got, you know what I'm saying? He knows with medicine, I could probably live to like 130.
But your it's up. It's clipped.
I love her, man, but you know.
Yeah, you got, don't listen, whenever we play, don't have them black Air Forces on, because this nigga is a dangerous
Yeah, this energy is crazy.
That's, yo. Because I'm trying to move, but that thought, crazy. Like that visual.
Nah, it's just I hate that it's my mom. It's the fact that it's a female. It make it seem heavier because like we supposed to always protect the women. But as a parent, you supposed to, you know what I'm saying, put your kids first. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And that's how I feel with my kid.
Okay, fair enough. Being from Compton, being from the West Coast, y'all come from a different pedigree. Mm-hmm. Just culture-wise, not just music, but also film. What's one West Coast like legendary film everybody loves, and you're like, man, that's some bullshit. That is not us.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how y'all felt about the NWA movie? What was that, the Dr. Dre and them?
Yeah.
That shit was shit show. But also, I don't know, I wasn't alive.
How you know you wasn't there?
I wasn't there. That shit just looked like bullshit. My OGs don't act like that, how they was moving in that shit. So, I don't know. That shit looked like some bullshit. But Boys in the Hood, I could see that being a real thing. Yeah, that's a real thing. They don't really be having a lingo all the way down pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't know how to talk like us. But
technically he wasn't. Oh, no, he was. He was just from a different neighborhood.
Yeah, and like Ricky, like Ice Cube had it down pack because, you know what I'm saying? He from LA. Yeah, but the other niggas was on some bullshit. MC8, he was hard on there.
Yeah, MC8. Yeah, MC8
he killed it.
He deserves. I've always said he deserves.
Lorenz Tate was not talking like an LA nigga. I ain't gonna lie. What was that? Menace to Society. My bad. Yeah, I'm on Menace to Society now. Lorenz Tate was on some bullshit. He was a good character, but the way he talked don't sound like us.
So you never ran into no old dogs growing up?
That energy, but yeah, just the accent behind it is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Where's Lorenz Tate from?
Chicago.
Yeah, see? I knew it. I wasn't nigga don't talk like me.
It's fun. All right, so, and the only reason I'm thinking about this because I seen a video yesterday. of, I think it was an LA artist. Chicago, I forgot what he was from, but he ended up getting hit out here. He was in the Bronx.
Yeah.
He ended up getting hit out here. And like, you see, you know what I mean? You see shootings, real life, whatever, you see it. I was watching the video and I'm like, I'm watching this young boy put a few in him, and I'm like, he not flinching. There's no, and I'm like, yo, how many people have I been around like that? I start thinking like growing up, like, damn, there was moments where I was like that, where I just didn't care.
No, facts.
And it's obviously coming from the life we live on two different coasts, but it's like,
no, it's the same
you
shit.
coming from that way, it's like, yo, I'm at a point, like he'll tell you, like, there's a point where you don't care. And to see kids like that, it's always like, how do you, in your mind, how do we write them off, right? Because initially, like, yo, watch out for him, he's gangster. Mm-hmm. Watch out, he's wild. But then, you know, now we look back at it, 30 plus years, now we like, nah, boy might need help. He might need a hug. So, and obviously this is just just us throwing ideas back and forth. How do we save those kids, right? Like seeing that really, and that's how I knew I was getting older.
Yeah.
Because seeing that any other time, I'd be like, yo, that's crazy. I seen that yesterday, I was like, damn, boy, like how did he get here?
They so desensitized now. It's crazy. And even me, I see so much stuff on the internet now. It's like, it's hard for me to even cry about a lot of stuff
right
to this day.
When's the last time you cried?
Nah, I cry about like
you cry.
Yeah,
okay.
I cry a lot. Yeah. But I'm saying about like random people dying on the internet. I probably cried yesterday about something. But fucking yeah, I just know growing up when I would see people that look like me, another black man, it was anger. And I don't know where that stemmed from. I don't know if it's the psyche and niggas, we gonna get deep from slavery to the psyche of self-hate. And you know what I'm saying? That's what it could be, obviously. Because it's never been a time I saw somebody on the street looking at me and I was like, oh, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? He just hurt like me. You know what I'm saying? And I seen Jay touch on that before, like, oh, you think I see you? That's why you're acting like this. You think I see you for who you really is, like, and you and your defense, you don't. It's like your defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? How does that change? I don't know. I don't want to just keep saying therapy, but it's a start. And the stuff we glorify, it's like a cycle. I don't know. We do stuff for girls. The stuff they want to be. The girls love the rebel. Or for me, growing up, the only way to be a rebel was to be from a gang. I essentially gangbang for girls at the start of it. For real. At the core of it.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
As did I.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, man. It is throwing ideas, starting the conversations. But these kids facing a different animal than I was facing, social media.
Now you have to essentially, like where we would have to perform for our friends.
Now it's the world. Exactly.
Now they got to perform for the kid, they got to perform at home on the phone, and then go to school and perform. So
it's tough, and I could just imagine what they go through. I can't even really put myself in my baby shoes because I ain't dealt with this. You know what I'm saying? Internet fucked me up. At 32 years old, I'd still be fucked up off some shit somebody say, fighting myself from replying to a nigga on the internet just so I could look like, oh, Boogie can hold his composure. Right. I want to trip on a nigga every day. You know what I'm saying? It's always Eminem fan one pissing me off. It's always somebody pissing me off. I don't know. Somebody. But yeah, just seeing my kid have to deal with that every day is sad. And all I could do is instill confidence to be himself, be there for him, because I got to start at home with him. But in the world, I don't even got the answer for real. I could just be like a light to the world and make sure I use my platform responsibly and like treat my vulnerability as strength, teach these kids that, embrace all the sides of myself, teach these kids that, because all they know is either be this or that, basketball, rap, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just got to start being more honest with who we are and holding ourselves accountable.
Look, man, this been a great conversation.
Nah,
I appreciate you
crazy.
pulling up.
Thank you, man.
So what I do here is I give everybody an opportunity to give back. So before we get out of here, just, if there's an upcoming artist, and then not just music, whatever they do. If there's anybody upcoming that you want to, shout out, show love to, right now is your time.
This is amazing. Her kitchen called Butter's Kitchen. It's a black woman chef in LA. She got amazing cookies and food. She's amazing. I love her.
Where's that at? Where's it located?
She just a move around. If you in LA, she can pull up on you and drop it off. Fire. I'm only celebrating black women right now. It's this amazing lady named Danye Taylor. She has genius marketing ideas. She amazing. Shout out to her. Give me another woman. Oh, Amber. She works at LVRN. I just want to shout her out because she's like one of the strongest black women I've ever seen in my life.
Amber.
I love Amber. I love you, Amber. I love you, Amber.
And she's one of the flyest dressed.
Definitely. And one of the best dancers I've ever seen.
I never seen a dance.
She go crazy. And shout out to my mama. That's it.
Even though you want to.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I had to shout her out. That's it.
Well, listen. Tell the people when the album is dropping, where they can find it, how they can support you, how they can continue this journey with Westside Boogie.
My album come out Friday, I guess technically Thursday night in LA, but here to be Friday. So yeah, you can find me at Westside Boogie because niggas act like they forgot I changed my Instagram name. So if you still think it's WS_Boogie, that's not my Instagram. So go follow me so I can get to 1 million followers tomorrow. Thank you.
This has been Westside Boogie with Mouse Jones. I'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir.